doing, you are also doing that much. So first of all, you need a character, right? So in Google, just write down character turntable. You'll get so many characters. So like that. First, I'm starting with a simplified character, and then we can go for a little bit complicated or a realistic one. Okay. So let us check. So I downloaded some characters like oh sorry, I didn't present. Is my screen visible, guys?
Yes.
Okay. So you can see this is a character. I just have downloaded it and another character. So like that, character turntable. If you are writing, so you will get this kind of characters. Make sure you are having a front and you are having a side, whatever you are downloading. So all the characters are not perfect like this. Characters lower leg is not perfect. Okay, so some errors are there. So each and every character you need to find out properly, like if the character is correct or not. This is a character, very good character design. Okay, very good character, good character design. So this is a character, and you can see we are having a front. Oh, sorry, front and side. We are having both, and the back also. Back generally we don't use. Only front and side and back. Just by looking at it, it can be managed. So another character, beautiful character. You can see very good design. So this is another character. So you can see we are having side, we are having front, and in T-pose also we are having this character. So good design. This is a character. So you can see we are having side, we are having front. So definitely good design. This is another character. So the characters I liked, I just downloaded it. Okay, you can see another character. This is also good design. Resolution is very less in this. This is another one. You can see this is also good design. Okay, so here is another character. Good design, beautiful actually, beautiful character. Here is another character, a different kind of character, and this is the female anatomy. Okay, in these, all these characters, what I am feeling to start with this character. Okay, Mm, most of the areas are proper in this, so we can start with this character. Okay, you have to remember a few areas. The topology will be a little different in a 2D character and realistic character. The topology will differ a little bit. Okay, we'll talk about that, and let's start with this. So before doing anything, you know, we have to go to Photoshop, and I think this is the character. And my first job will be to save it correctly, isn't it? So this is the front, File, save as, my class project. I'm keeping it inside the source images. So body front, okay, or character front, it will be better. Character front, because it is already marked properly, so I don't have to do anything else. And this is the, okay. So if you are left handy, this view is perfect, and otherwise in my case I'll just flip it. Okay, so file, save as, character site. All right, so now let's go to Maya. You know what needs to be done. So first of all, let's come to the front view. View. Those who missed how to use the image plane, check it once again. View, image plane, import image, and character front. This was the front, and view, image plane, import image, character site. Okay, guys. Now, few observations. Okay, so both the cases, image plane shape, image center Y has to go up. Always remember the model should be standing on the grid. Should be standing on the grid. Okay, and a character should be a minimum of 7 height of uh, the grid. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, this much. Okay. So what I'm going to do, selecting the image plane, and let's scale it up a little bit. Yeah. Now this is a 7 head character. So this is a 7 head character. All right. So accordingly, the house will be approximately single storage house will be 7, approximately 15 feet height or 12 feet height. So approximately 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. So up to this much the house will be. Okay. So accordingly, the village scene size you can imagine. Scaling is very, very important. When you are working with your movie, the scaling will matter a lot. So be very careful with the scaling. All right. Generally, later on also means after modeling the character, this scaling can be used. Not a problem. First you model it and then keep it properly and scale it. That is also fine. There will be no problem. So now let us check if it is at exactly at the center. You can see the model is not, the image plane is actually not very good. The resolution is less. So if you are getting any better resolution image, make sure you are using that. Okay. I'm keeping it like this. All right, so this is our scene setup. I'll just save it. Inside the scenes, character. All of you understood the scene setup, guys? Quickly tell me. All of you understood the scene setup? In head also, we did the same thing, right? Yes. Going back to Maya. Sorry. In human character, there are two ways to start. First, start uh, with the body, with the torso. Start with the torso, right? So, what are the four steps of modeling? Basic primitive, basic block-in, smoothing, and detailing. So, what should be the basic primitive? If we are starting with the body, so you can see the body is looking like a cube, isn't it? It's looking like a cube. So, we'll start with a cube. You also can start with a leg. So, if we are starting with a leg, we are going to use a cylinder. Is that fine? So, let us check what we are going to use. The realistic character, maybe later on we are going to model, that will model with the torso. Right now, let's start with a leg, a different approach of blocking. Okay, so let us see. I'm taking a cylinder. Let's make it 8. I just wanted to check if only 8 loops will work for us or not. Or should I take a little bit more loops? I think 8 loops will be fine in this case. But in realistic human being, 2 more loops, that means 10 loops or 12 loops will be fine. Something like this. Okay? And in the height subdivision, let's take a few. This many for now. Okay, I'm going to change later on, but for now this is fine. Now a few things. The top faces, I'm just deleting it. I don't need it. Okay, and now my job will be. This is a very different kind of approach. Actually, I don't show this approach to the students. They will be confused. But uh, this time I thought to show you guys because we should know 2-3 approaches for the modeling. Okay, so I am not going to the center line, but a little bit this side. I can see a line over here, and from here the V shape is coming. Okay, so I'm keeping somewhere like over here. A little bit gap will be there between two legs. Then only in rigging it will be helpful. Otherwise, it will be very difficult to rig it. Tracing this side. So for this also, what I have to do, I have to make it a little bit smaller. You can see, right? In this case also, a little smaller. This side also. This is the knee, so I'll come back to this area later on and need to do some adjustments. So this is the gastrocnemius part. This one, this one. Making it straight. Later on, what I'll do, the enter leg, I will make it a little bit like this. Okay, because if you model like this, it will be very difficult to rig it. So when everything is done, my tracing is done specially, I'll just change it. Okay, so uh, it is this much, and then go into the side view. Can you see the radius is not matching? And this time I am not selecting the global scaling, but the local scaling. So for the knee, this one, it will be straight approximately. Okay, so let us check how it is looking right now. It's looking something like this. Okay, something like this. Now go to this area and selecting these two faces. These two faces. Okay, and I'm extruding it. Extruding it in the global axis up to the center line. Scale it down, and then let's snap it to the center line. So I have snapped it to the center line. Now it is looking like this, and just delete. And these two also, just delete. That's looking like this. Is that okay? So this is a kind of block-in we can use for the tuning characters. But generally in the main character, I don't use this block-in. I use a totally different approach. Okay, so going to the side view once again, and when it is done, sorry, from here to there, side view, and you can see it has to be like this. Front view and side view will never match in these areas. See, right? It will never match. So you have to be stuck to only one. This has to be circular. Something like this. Okay, there is a V shape. There is a V shape in this area. Uh, what I feel, this area should move up a little. All right, this should come like this. Now what I'm doing, I'm going to add another loop in this area. Now what will happen? Once again, I can trace it. Okay. Now this can come like this. It will not look anatomically like a hip because the pant is there. That's the pant, right? So selecting this, edit, duplicate spatial, and definitely the positive side is there. So negative side will be, scaling will be -1 and instance on. Duplicate spatial. Okay, something is wrong. Now let us check what's wrong. The pivot point position is incorrect. Okay, so let's keep the pivot point at the middle line. Okay, so once again, let's do duplicate spatial. Now it is all right. It's looking like this, right? Another observation. So we have checked this area, we have corrected it. What about this one? This one should come forward a little more. All right. Going to the side view and adding another loop in this area. This is uh, a crucial area because after rigging, this area is going to deform, and that is the reason this can be done. I guess you got my point, right, guys? And now, actually, I supposed to do mirror geometry. So in mirror geometry also, this is positive x. I want in negative x. So mirror direction should be negative. Mirror. Okay, now I'm facing a problem. Tell me what's the problem, all of you. What's the problem? Let's guess. What's the problem? I am getting this pinching over here. Last day I discussed about it. What's the problem? Tell me. Yes, very correct. That is merge threshold. So merge threshold is what? Is more or less? Merge threshold in the exam will come. Okay. Merge threshold related question will come in the exam. So merge threshold is more. So let's start with 0.01. Now it is all right. You can see. What I feel is this and this and go a little bit up like this. This vertex also can go. All right. So I'm keeping it like this, and later on, maybe if necessary, I will increase a little bit of topology. Now selecting all this, and okay, another thing also can be done, and that is just check how many loops. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Total 16 loops are there. Okay, so what I'm going to do, a little bit shortcut, combination of things to make things a little bit easy. Okay, I'm just taking a cube differently. I just have taken a cube. Okay, and it has to be this much, and from the side it has to be this much. Okay, so width, height, and depth, I'm keeping it 2, 2, 2. In the depth, if you don't want, for now, don't keep it like this. For now, I'm just keeping it like this. Okay, so my next job will be to, I'm finding this actually, the armpit. So like this. Okay, go to the side view. So this has to be directed like this, isn't it? Like this. This has to come like this. Make it a little bit more. And this one is fine. Later on, I'll come back. Is that okay? Now, this is very crucial. So I'm selecting these two, and let's extrude it. Extrude it up to the neck and scale it down. I'm targeting the neck. Okay, so there the A shape should come. I have to remember this. It's looking like this. Okay, now coming to the side view, what is the position of this? Here. What is the position of this? Here. Shirt, for now, I'm just ignoring it. Like this. Like this. All right. Now, I'm selecting this. Here will be the neck, no? So, sorry. Just delete it. Sorry. Just delete it. And at the bottom also, I don't need these two. I'll just delete it. Okay. And now, I'm selecting the side one. Selecting the side one. This also, even I don't need. Only one side. Side one. Now, extruding it outer side like this. All right. Generally, people will um, common mistake. I'm just showing you. So like this, another extrusion on the hand. People do like that. So that's not the process. The process is in the same direction it will come out. This will become the shoulder. This will become the shoulder. Okay. So definitely the hand will not be this big. But anyway, and this will become the arm. Is that clear? So now you can see I am having a little problem because the arm is actually over here. So what I should do, I'm selecting this, I'm going to the side, and let's keep it over here because this is the thickness of the arm. Something like this. Okay, and where the shoulder is, in this case it's very narrow, so somewhere over here. For now I'm just keeping it, and this is coming down along with this, along with this coming down. So this one also coming down. So this is becoming a shoulder. Okay. Now need to adjust things. This area, you can see this is looking very problematic, but not a problem. We'll rectify that. But for now, uh, this is the thing. What I'm going to do, I'm selecting this and I'll just delete it and I'll just smooth it. Why to smooth it? Just to make everything very smooth, right? Like this. And then what's the advantage? Or let's do one thing. This vertex is looking problematic, isn't it? For now, let's keep it over here only on the same plane. I'm not changing it. Okay, on the same plane. So first smooth it and then only select this one, and once again just push it inside. This also can be done. I just need to check how many loops I have created. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11, 12. I need total how many loops? 16 loops, right? All right. So for the body, maybe 2 more loops. I guess, guys, you understood why I need 16 loops, right? Okay. And as I told previously, this one and this one, I need to snap it to the center line. All right. So let us check how many loops I have created. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right. So 16 loops at the bottom also we created, right? So what I'm going to do now, selecting half of it, deleting it, and similarly the pant also selecting half of it and deleting it. Now check it very carefully, guys, how to connect uh, two block ends. Okay, so selecting these two, mesh and combine. I've combined it, and then going to mesh tool and target weld tool. Okay. Now how to weld it? Can you see one vertex extra? Okay. So once again, target weld tool. Selecting this, dragging and dropping over here. So now this is connected. like this. I guess you got the point how I did it. So now just duplicate special. Oh, once again the same thing. Just check the pivot point. We just need to change it to the center line. Once again, duplicate special. Here I can see a problem, right? So okay, all right. Maybe it was merged somewhere. Okay, this much is fine. Now from here to there, I'm just selecting it. Going to the side view. Just keep it like this. I made it in a straight line. So this should be the topology. These two you can see. You can slide it backward a little bit. These two also. Sorry. Slide. Slide. Even these two. Yeah. Slide a little bit. Slide a little bit. Slide a little bit. So because this is a shirt, I'm not creating any depression for the backbone, right? Okay. So this is all right. This much is all right. Tell me, guys, if you have understood this much. Easy, isn't it? Easier than the head. Much, much more easier. Yes, Sagar, what is the question? Yes, Sagar, what is the question? No, there is not necessity. It's not necessary. It has to be 16 loops. It can be 20, it can be 12. Okay. But when I created the pant, I counted it. It was 16. So for the body also, I created 16 so that I can connect properly. That was the only reason. Okay. So now coming to the arm. So it is not exactly circular. So another thing can be done. For now, what I'm going to do, just make it like this. Right, so now you can see if it is a perfect circle or not. So this is not. Now we will have the advantage of converting it into a kind of circular shape. Okay, approximately fine. Now once again, coming back and rotate it. This is definitely a better shape. Definitely a better shape. So approximately at the elbow, I should have a loop in this area, and this has to be a little small. This is all right. I'm just selecting it and deleting it. This loop, okay, and I'm creating another loop. So this loop is much better, better loop than the previous one. So this one I should push it a little bit inside. this vertex should go a little bit inside. Check from each and every camera angle so that everything is going proper. So this one now for the chest, and you know what? This one, this should come downward a little bit. How much I can see? Something like this. Okay. Now this is ready. This is a circle. So what I'm going to do from here, it can come a little bit this side, approximately this much. This is the correct position of it. Something like this. Okay. Once again, extrusion in the local axis itself, and you can see it is shape. It is losing its circular shape, right? So let's make it in global axis. Increase a little bit more. Okay. Once again, extrude it in the global axis, coming to the last point, and decrease a little bit more. Once again, extrude, and the wrist. The hand, you already know how to do it, and just need to connect the hand. Like how I connected over here, the similarly, you need to connect the hand with this. Okay. Now over here, we need to do something. Something in the sense, the arms. So this character you are going to rig it later on, and you are going to animate it. Suppose this character. So it has to be a T pose. T pose means so like this rigging will be a little bit tedious. So if you are so for each and everything you need to um, give the orientation to the joint according to the orientation direction of the arms. But if it is T pose, then automatically it will be 90-degree angle. So default position of the bone it will be, right? So that is the reason we will make the arms in T pose. So for that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to the front view and taking the lasso tool, selecting all this, taking the rotation and just changing the pivot point up to the armpit. Okay, and just rotate it like this. I can see some going inside, but not a problem. You just do this, and then let's move it up a little bit, like this. Okay. Yes. In this area, problems are there. So just sliding it out. This one also need to slide it out. This one slide down, and this one slide. So now the thing is, let's check the reference. The shoulder is over here. Now when I have lifted up the hand, what will happen automatically? This area should move up, isn't it? Since then, like I was thinking, this neck actually is starting from here. And because of the collar, it is looking like neck is starting from here, but not. Neck is starting from here on bottom. Okay. So similarly, what I will do, I'm selecting these two also. I'll come back to this area. I have to do a little bit adjustments in this area. You can see all these things I have to manage. So the next one, the next one, the next one. All right. Now, similarly, in the front also, I have to do the same. Here, we need to work, right? I didn't do anything for now. Anyway, concentrating with the body now. So, all right, you can see. So this is the armpit. Lifted the arm. So what will happen? The armpit also should come up, isn't it? So and you can see I'm just pressing it, nothing else. So now it is looking like inside rib cage is there. Okay. So now uh, this also should be circular. So selecting this, and you know what? At the back, it has to be like the head. This area much more wider than the neck. Neck will be little narrow. This will be wider. Is that okay? I guess you are getting my point. Now from here to there, not this one. What can be done? Extruding it in a global axis up to this much. So this is going to be the neck. Well, see, it's like this. Right. And once again, for the head also, that can be done. Like do the blocking separately and then just connect it. Definitely can be done. So up to this much. Selecting these faces. I know you were thinking like, what kind of a blocking is this? No, uh, this also can be done for the head. Okay, and giving just one line in between. Now you can see problems are there, isn't it? So what can be done? I'm selecting the this side, deleting in between. Definitely the faces will come. So before doing anything, just let's mirror it. I'm mirroring it, and threshold 0.001 is fine. I'm selecting this area because I deleted it previously. So once again, fill hole. Okay. Definitely, it is not going to be a problem because all the loops will be there at its position. So there will be no problem. Okay. So everything is squad now, and our job will be to convert it. So guys, you can understand if you know how to do the head, then only this will be a little bit easier for you. So this is the back, and definitely it will be much more wide, isn't it? Back side of the head. So these two you can understand it will be wide. So the enter front definitely going to be wide. So this much. See from where I started the blocking and where I'm going. Okay, all right. Now this much is all right. So selecting a half. So I'm going to do this again and again. I'll just delete it. This time, special. So selecting this. Let's check. Nothing else is selected. So sorry. Selecting this now. Selecting this now. Okay, much better. Now, what about this area? It also has to be circular. What about this? This one for the nose, if you can remember, right? So I just have kept it. Now I am thinking if I would have gone with the conventional method, uh, till now I would have finished it. This much is fine. It has to be circular, right? Don't worry, it is not looking realistic. So don't worry about that because it is a Tuni character anyway. And the features of the character is very narrow. And that is the reason my blocking also is looking narrow. So don't worry about that. What is the position? Okay. So narrow the character itself is. This is the jaw, right? Sorry. So this has to be. over here. Because this is jaw, has to be more. All right. So the characterization itself is like that. The chin is very, very narrow. So kind of lock in. Just check it. So this is the middle of the lips, right? It's, this is fine. This is for the forehead. See, very, very different kind of features, right? Um, we have to obey all those things. Otherwise, it will not look like the same character. Okay, all of you, just tell me this much is fine. You are understanding what I'm doing. Okay, this is not difficult. Very easy. Much easier than the human head. Okay, so now the next stage, I'm deleting this. You know that I have to create the jawline. Can you remember that? Sorry. So mirroring it and make sure the mass threshold 0.001. All right. And I hope you can remember this, right? So selecting this and I need to extrude it. Why to extrude it? Why to extrude it? To exaggerate the jaw, right? So everything else exaggerated except the jaw. So I'm just selecting the jaw and need to exaggerate it. Yes. I wanted something like this. The jaw should be exaggerated. So coming back to the side view, and now I give the suggestion of the chin. All right. And once again, I need to delete the half and duplicate special. From here to there, sorry, here to there. Let us check. Okay. Now, up to this much. From here to there. All right. And you can see now it's getting better gradually. Making things circular. Okay, got the jaw, but you can observe the jaw is a little bit towards the back, right? Here also we can see that. So the neck is actually very narrow. Okay, so what about this one? Come on. Yes, like this. You can see the jaw is coming out. All right. So far, whatever the topology we have created, this is absolutely fine. Okay. Now, a very important thing. When the arms are in a T pose like this, and the wrist rotation is like this, like just imagine this over here, like this. Thumb is going this side and index finger is over here. Then automatically over here there is a rotation. Okay, what kind of a rotation? From the elbow towards this side basically. Uh, Try to understand this. Okay, so in our hand we are having one bone, that is the ulna, and it is going to the little finger. Okay, and then over here we are having another bone like this. This is called radius. Okay, now what's happening basically, it's going like this, and now here is a thumb basically, and here all the four fingers. Okay, so one thing, just try to understand, here is the elbow. Okay, so this is ulna, this is radius. Now what's happening basically, the ulna from the elbow directly straight going to the little finger. So here is the little finger, so going towards the little finger, and the radius straight going to the thumb when the arm position is like this. But in this case, can you see, the thumb is not up but twisted downward. Okay, so this thumb, if it is twisted downward over here, that means index finger, middle finger, all are twisted. The wrist, the entire wrist is twisted. Can you imagine what I'm trying to say, guys? It is twisted this way.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So what will happen basically in that case?
Means a forearm movement.
Yes, forearm movement, only forearm movement, only the wrist movement. What will happen in that case? This radius bone also from here will be twisted this way. Ulna will be straight. Ulna is static bone, but radius is not twisting. The starting point of the radius is over here only. It is just rotating. Okay, from here with the thumb, it is also coming towards the thumb. So that now the direction is. So previously it was parallel, two bones. Now the ulna is fine, but the radius is like this, crossed. I guess it makes sense. The radius is coming like this. So what we have to do in our topology, previously it was fine. It was parallel, but now it is twisted downward. So our loops also should be twisted downward. Tell me, all of you understood this or not? Okay, okay. So now I am going to Maya. Understood, no? Yes. All right. Now I'm going to Maya. This is the elbow. So in the elbow there will be no problem. Okay. So after the elbow, from here to there, so according to this, the wrist rotation is 90 degree. I guess you understand that. Previously it was like this, and now it is like this. So this rotation is actually 90 degree from here to there. 90 degree rotation, right? 90 degree rotation. Okay, so the same thing I'm going to do over here. I come to the perspective and let's rotate it. So what I'm doing, approximately, okay. So let's rotate it first 45 degree, because I'm giving the rotation to this also. So this will be 45, then another 45. Now don't select this one, only select this one. Okay. So another 45 degree. So now it is a gradual rotation. So according to the elbow, wrist rotation is 90 degree now. So the radius bone is coming downward. Okay. Tell me, you understood this or not? All of you?
Yes. The radius bone is upper bone.
Upper bone, yes. And the bone you can feel at the elbow, that is the ulna bone. Okay. It is going towards the pinky, little finger. Okay. So now wrist is not exactly like this. Wrist is a little bit like this. Like this. So the uh, hand will be connected over here. That also, guys, we don't generally rotate it. We will keep it like this only. And after rigging, whatever the movement rotation we need to give, that we'll give. So this is the correct topology. Okay, this rotation, this rotation. This is the correct topology. Now, what I feel, let's make it more gradual. This is better. No, this is better. And guys, here from here to there, this direction, there is a muscle called supinatus longus. So the direction of the muzzle is also like that. Actually, it is a parallel muzzle, exactly on the radius. When the radius is twisted, the muzzle is also twisted up to the thumb, and this is the direction of that muzzle, supinatus longus. Okay, uh, I guess this will be clear to you. You understood this, and now little bit adjustment. This I'm feeling is coming out a little bit too much. So let's push it inside this area. Muzzle is over there, but here at the elbow, the hinge of the muzzle is very less. So now it is fine. Coming a little bit towards a little bit to the topology. This will be the elbow. So just checking the proportion. It's almost fine. Um, Now, both the sides, I need to give two edge loops because this is a joint, right? So now, selecting this, selecting this, and giving a rotation like this. This is the elbow, and pinching will be that side, and selecting like this. Okay, and if you want, this is the elbow. It can be a little more. Sorry, it's becoming too much. So not too much, little bit. Create it like that. I guess you are getting my point, guys. When he will bend the hand from here, three loops, through these three loops, he can bend the hand. Arms, sorry. Okay, so this much is almost fine, coming downward. Now, anyway, this is going to be the shoe. Okay, so what I'm going to do, this is the direction, right? This is the direction. So what I'm going to do, cut it, and from here, cut it. Okay, just give me 1 minute. All right. So selecting this, and it has to be more, right? Just trying to match the direction of it with this. The same thing I have to do. It can be a little bit like this. Again, in a straight line, you can see it can come a little bit downward, What I'm thinking in this case, this can go a little bit up because I can see possibilities in this area. Yes. And what I'm going to do, just deleting these. Okay. Selecting these two, extrude, extrude downward. So this is created, right? This portion is created. Now selecting these two and go up to this much, like this. In between, give another loop. So this one just give like this. So select the vertices and keep it over here. Once again, you can understand I'm just bring the block in. So it's looking like that. Now just selecting the faces, the front faces, this much. Go to the front view and let's these two should be very narrow. Okay, let's do one thing. Uh, it's looking very odd if I'm pushing it that side. For now, let's make it straight only. Later on, we'll rotate the entire feet. Otherwise, it will look very odd. Okay, now this one has to go like this. This is the shape of the shoe. Okay, everything is all right. These two should be this and this should be narrow. So I'm just doing the block in. Okay, guys. From a distance, it should look like that particular thing. I'll come back to all these areas and we'll change things. Okay. For the neck, going back to the neck, and in the neck we know we already have created this, right? So there will be no problem. In between, let's give another look. Another look. And just check. You can see it has to be narrow, right? Go to the front. It is all right. Now, just coming to all these areas, especially this one. this one. Okay, so this is one observation. This one, what I feel, I should extrude it. Let's check, right? I should extrude it. Yes, here also it is matching. For now, I'm just keeping it like this. Okay, guys. Now coming to this area. Coming to this area. Okay, here in this loop, this is having six valency. Okay, six valency. So let us try to do something so that we are not getting the six valency vertex. So
Sir,
let's give,
maximum.
yeah,
So
maximum.
maximum.
Maximum it is better if it is five. Sometimes some of the areas, if you don't want to compromise with the poly count, then six valency can be there. So many areas it will be there. So you cannot help it. But in this case, let's try and learn how to do it. Okay. Now the arm is looking much better. Maybe the shirt is having a surface tension that later on I will create, but normal model how it should look. I'm just showing you.
Sir,
This is
shirt.
hmm,
Sir, shirt
yes.
part will be coming that end cloth particle or model it.
No, I didn't get your point. The shirt part will come.
In sir, end cloth part, end cloth particles we have in Maya.
No. Whatever it is, but you have to model it. No,
We have to
you
model
have
shirt.
to model it. Yes, yes, you have to model it.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Yes. And for
Because
the
there is
yeah.
option, sir, that we can uh, put clothes and character automatically.
No. Like that, so many options are there, but yes, we need to model the cloth. In end cloth, you can make it. You can convert it into a dynamic surface. But you need a surface, no, for that.
Yes, sir, got it.
Hmm. Okay. So now over here, over here, there will be a surface tension, right? So that I am trying to create. So generally, what I feel, this can go with this. This is the surface tension we are looking for basically. This is the surface tension. So now what I'm feeling, if now the same thing, wait, before doing anything, same thing should be done over here also, right? What I was doing over here, same thing has to be done in this. So
So the six valencies part is gone.
yeah, that is gone. Now it is 5 valency. The same thing I'm going to do over here. So through practice, these things will come, guys.
Means how you did it.
See, I have splitted it. I have splitted it like this, like this. Okay. So now I'm going to do something basically. So that will be, so basically this I have created. Okay. Now this one, let's keep it like that only. And let's delete. Okay. So something like this. And now let's create a loop over here. So that 6 valency is gone. But with that, I have created a triangle. So over here also, over there also. Okay. So this and this. That is also not a problem. So now you can see I am having several loops. This, yes. Now, okay. If you can remember, anyway, we have to create this loop later on, right? Here also. So I have added one loop means I have to rectify it. Okay. And now what I think in between, this is too long. The edges are right. So I'm just adding one more edge. Okay, now all these human body means you just keep on rectifying all these areas. So what I feel, this one, not everywhere, but approximately from this area to this. This is the center line. Will be over here only. You people need to learn how I'm dealing with different areas. Okay, guys, you can see more loops will come. So I can see approximately over this area the loop is there. This area the loop is there. Now for this area, I need to add another loop. Okay, in between these two, I can add another loop, and this loop should go a little bit this side. Extrude. How much to extrude? The thickness of the shirt. So this is fine. Okay, this one, you can see. Extrude once again. Why I have extruded twice now? Because I can see another fold over here. On this fold, maybe, sorry, a little bit like this.
So
All right.
then that
Yes. Hmm.
second fold is, if we have to blend in that with that fold, what we can do?
Anyway, it will be blended. No, when you will press 3, it is blended. It is already blended. So don't worry. Means over there that crease is there. So I have created that. Another thing is there that this can be a little smaller. Then the second one will look like a fold. Okay. Now another thing we do, because when we are pressing 3, this is also blended. We don't want that. So what can be done? Go to mesh tool, go to crease tool. Okay. Selecting the entire edge loop you want to crease and middle mouse drag. So let's check what's happening. Pressing 3, now it is creased. Right? Okay. So many more things to do in this. Next day we'll come back, but this was basically the block-in. You can see we are almost getting the character. The arms basically, the edges are properly visible. So what can be done? I'm selecting the faces, mesh display, and soften edge. Okay, that's fine. In fact, by
Grease
selecting the
tool.
entire object, this can be done.
Sir, grease
Sorry,
tool will use to blend also. Grease tools are used to blend.
which tool?
Grease
No,
tool, sir.
no. Crease tool is to create the sharp line. So previously it was blended. So normally it will blend like this, but because I have used crease, I'm getting this sharp edge. Crease tool is to
Hard
create
edges.
sharp edge. Yes, hard edge. So guys, you can see I'm already getting the character. Almost I'm getting the character. Okay. A few
That can be
adjustments.
done with edge loop.
Sorry.
That can be done with edge loop also, no?
Yeah, crease should be done with edge loop only. Single edge also the crease can be done, but it should be done with edge loops only. Otherwise, you'll get a very different kind of result. Now, for the lips also of the head model, I showed this crease tool, I guess, right? By selecting individual edges, that also can be done. Okay, so today I'll stop this much only. So tell me, guys, all of you are getting my point. What we are trying to do. So the blocking of a character, and it is much more easier than the human head. So all of you should try this, and I'm sure very easily you can do it, and not very much time taking also. In some other method, maybe I can make it a little bit faster. How much time I am taking today? Anyway, so first I will take the attendance, and after that, if any queries, just let me know. Ananta, Ananta.